So, you see, scientists, brain specialists are, if I may use a rather easy words, they are going out, examining things outside, but not taking themselves as guinea pigs and going through that.
Well, mostly, you see, except for those who do biofeedback, they're trying to work on themselves in a very indirect way.
Yes, but I don't. I feel we haven't time for all that kind of stuff.
No, it's too slow, and it's not very deep. Right?
Not very deep. So, let's come back to the point. I realize that any activity which is repeated, any action that is directed in a narrow sense, any method, any routine, logical or illogical, does affect the brain, and so on, so on. That we have understood that very clearly. And knowledge at a certain level is essential, and also psychological knowledge about oneself, one's experiences, all that has also becomes routine. And the images I have about myself also becomes, obviously it's a routine, and so that helps to bring about a shrinkage of the brain. I have understood all that very clearly. Now I say to myself, and occupation, any kind of occupation.
With this.
Of course, we've said that.
Yes.
Any kind of occupation apart from the physical occupation, the occupation with oneself.
Yeah.
That obviously and does bring about shrinkage of the brain. Now, how is this process to stop? And when it does stop, will there be a renewal?
Yes, I think again some brain scientists would doubt that the brain cells could be renewed, but I don't know that there's any proof one way or the other.
I think they can be renewed. That's what I want to discuss.
Yes, so we have to discuss that.
Is there, I want to put this question because in one discussion between you in Ojai, you are implying that mind is different from the brain. Mind is distinct from the brain.
Not quite. Did I?
Yes. The possibility of mind as distinct from the brain.
It was a universal mind.
Mind in the sense one has access to this mind and it is not the brain. Could you conceive of that possibility?
Well, I don't quite follow this.
That
I would say the mind is all-inclusive.
Yes.
And when it is all-inclusive, brain, emotions, all the rest of it, when it is totally whole, not divisive in itself, there is a quality which is universal.
Yes.
Right?
One has access to it.
We can't reach it.
No.
You can't say I have access to it.
No, I'm saying access, one doesn't possess it, but one has access to it.
You can't, that means you can't possess the sky.
No, my only point is there a way of being open to it? And is there a function of the mind in that the whole of it which is accessible through education?
Through education.
Through education.
I think there is. We'll come to that presently if we can stick to this point. We have reached a certain point in our discussion. We won't go back to repeat it again. Now we're asking now, having understood all that, after this discussion, can the brain itself renew, rejuvenate, become young again, not without any shrinkage at all? I think there is. I want to open the new chapter and discuss it. I think there is. I think psychologically, knowledge that man has acquired is crippling it. The Freudians, the Jungians, or the latest psychologists, latest psychotherapists are all helping to make the brain shrink. Sorry, I hope there is nobody here.
Is there a way of forgetting this knowledge then?
No, not forgetting. I see what they are doing, and I see the waste. I see what is taking place if I follow that line. I see it obviously. So I don't follow that avenue at all. So I discard altogether analysis. That's the pattern we have learned. Not only from the recent psychologists and psychotherapists, but also it's the tradition of 1,000 million years to analyze, introspect, say I must not, this is right, this is wrong. The whole process. I reject. I personally don't do it, and so I reject that whole method. We are coming to a point which is direct perception and immediate action.
And
because our perception is directed by knowledge. The past perceives.
Yes.
And so, the past, which is knowledge, perceiving and acting from that, is a factor of shrinking senility. Better use the word. Shrinking the brain. So is there a perception which is not time-binding? Right, sir? And so action which is immediate. Because, am I going, am I making my, that is, sir, the brain has evolved through time. And it has set the pattern of time in action. And as long as I am as long as the brain is active that way, it is still living in a pattern of time and so becoming senile. If we could break that pattern of time, then the brain has now broken out of its pattern and therefore something else takes place.